I'm always organised. I'm never organised. But I am Emma from Emma's Happy Place Arts and Crafts. I am live 3 times a week, I want to say. It may be 2 for a while. Just because I think I make them longer and better if I do 2. Anyway, we'll see what happens. The girls. So tonight we're going to make a little notebook. It's super simple, super easy. Great for fairs and things, great for kids' gifts, great for friends' gifts. You can make them as elaborate as you want. Bella! Luna! Sorry. Bella! Bella! A ball must be behind the ironing board. And that's what she does. It's horrendous. It's like, I call it a toothache bark. It's awful. Hi, me! So we're going to make a notebook. It is super easy, super simple, and it's very cute. So like I say, they're great for fairs. You can make them cheap and cheerful, make loads of them, and they're great for kids and things, because when you're doing fairs and things like that, you always get people coming over who want something for a couple of quid. And let's face it, when we're making crafty stuff, you can't really sell things for a couple of quid. It doesn't work that way. So little notebooks, great for like friends who you make gifts for, you know, when you're making cards and things for everybody, and everybody likes to give a little gift, and sometimes it's a little plaque and things like that. You can make these little notebooks and give them just to pop in the bag. Everybody needs a little notebook. So let's get cracking. So how is everybody? So what I've got is I've got A5 paper, and these can be any size. It really does not matter what size paper you start off with. I'm just going to take, because I tore A3 down to A4 and then to A5. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take 1 centimetre off the end there, which will make it easy for making a cover. You'll need an A5 bit of card for the cover. I'll take that off. And then I think what we'll do is keep it nice and simple and go with 5.5. And these are your pages, basically. You don't want it too thick if it's going to live in a notebook. And you certainly don't want to make it too thick if you're going to sell them for a couple of quid at fairs and things for kids. But you do want them to look super pretty. So that's it. That is the inside of it. It's a good fair amount of pages for notebooks, things like that. Writing numbers down, keeping notes. Hi, Dominic. So dead easy. Simple. And where's that gremlin gone? Bash has been a monster tonight. So what I've done is I've cut it down. A5 pieces of plain paper. I've taken 1 centimetre off the width, and I have taken it to 5.5 inches this week. Great for handbag size, everything like that. And all I'm going to use is a craft card for the cover. Hi, Krista. Krista, I've just replied to you. Hi, Dominique. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Kim. Hi. So that is the insides of it. I don't know why I folded 3 bits of the paper. So what I've done is I've started off with A5 size as well, just because it's easier for me. You can do whatever you like. You can measure and cut much easier. So what I do is literally, you can measure if you want, or I do this. I'm going to trim it there, like that. And then I'll take the pages out, bring the trimmer back in. Honestly, this is what I mean about them being super easy. So you can have any size that you want, especially if you're just measuring like me. And then I pop it back in. I'm leaving a couple of millimetres all the way around, just so that the pages don't stick out of the edge. We are going to do some more journal making. Keeping it nice and tight all together, because it's been a while. And then inside of here, and I'll go up there. That's where we're going there. So if you've got loads of scrap paper and things, these would be great. You can make them any size at all that you want. The craft police will not come and say you can't make a book that size, because you can have it any size. You can have it A4, A5, square, anything at all. If your trimmer's a bit rubbish like mine, I can't find my big trimmer. I think I've put it in the shed along with the rest of my stuff. Finding anything in this house at the minute is insane. So that's it. Cover and insides. if you want to take it the next step, you can round off the edges and things, which is always nice. I can't find a corner rounder. Just double check up here. No, can't find one. So we're just leaving it like this. I use waxed cord, a bookbinding needle, and I use a pokey tool like this. But any kind of pokey tool will do. I've also got this one you'll have seen us using before. I just use a pokey tool. Now you can measure if you want with this. It's completely up to you. What I do is, because it's 5.5, I probably would find the middle just because. So say 6, so we'll go for 3 inches ish into the middle, and I would just pop especially if I'm selling them, I would definitely find the middle properly, so you can keep everything together. If you've got little clips and things, I've got my little hand clip. Actually, I found some smaller versions of this because it's very heavy, just like that. Let's grab a pencil and we'll say about there, and then there. So an inch from the top and the bottom, and then in the middle, and it just keeps everything right. And it is the most simple way of binding anything, this. Just like that. Just watch your fingers like that. So each little mark, the pages and all, and you're going through it. That is blunt. You want nice sharp tools so you don't lose a finger. Like that. And then you can decorate it first, or you can sew the pages in. It's completely up to you. I'm just catching up. How is everybody? Has everybody had a lovely day? It is so cold and windy here. When it comes to the measuring this, I normally go 1, 2, 3 and a little bit. It'll be too long, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Again, bookbinding needle with a nice big eye at the top, because it would take us 300 years to not to thread anything smaller. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the middle, putting it through, and I'm going to hold the tail here, like that. And then I'm going to go up into this one, straight through. Straight through, keep it nice and straight. And this will come with practice. And then I'm going to go down, all the way down to the bottom. So we've started off going down that one, up this one, and then all the way down to the bottom. Like that, still keeping a hold of your tail here. And then this side of the tail is going to come this side of, it doesn't matter which side it comes out of as long as it's the opposite side. And then this one will go back up to the middle on the opposite side of that string. And then that is it. Pull it nice and tight. And then just tie it off. So I tie it once like that, and then I'll tie it so that you put this one through and then this tail through, and then pull them both together, and that will secure it. I used to do it when I was doing it, making jewellery and bracelets and things, and that knot will not come out. And it's nice and neat, nice and tight, and it will not fall apart. And then just them off. And there we go. The easiest notebook in the history of notebook making. And pop all your pages down. You can do as many signatures as you want. You would just leave your, like, put it in and make a bigger spine. We can do that again. I just wanted to show you something super simple, just an idea, just in case you've got Christmas fairs or you need to make a million gifts, cards for friends and you need something to pop in the envelope along with it, just a little gift. So dead easy. I'm sure everybody's seen this before, but super simple. I'm going to use these papers because they're lush. Let's not talk about that. Who, me? Quite a few. Quite a few, Krista. Actually, Grump got us a body warmer that you plug into your phone charger, like oh, you know, the portable phone chargers, and it literally heats up. I've been sat in the house with it on, as you can imagine. We're going to use these papers. I am going to cut them down. I'm going to make them go as far as I possibly can. But I thought with the craft card, they're going to look absolutely stunning. They smell lovely. They smell so good. So I think we should just pick a couple. Honestly, they're all gorgeous. I don't even know which ones to pick. What do you think? Think this one? And then do you think we need an owl? This one, possibly. And you do get 2 sheets of everything. So if you wanted to, you could do one sheet. Do one. Like, use one sheet and keep the other. So again, my idea of measuring is this. I'll put a little mark there. And a little mark there. I'm bringing my tiny trimmer. I will eventually find everything again. But I did find, well, Lorna sent us a link for some of the flower fairies I was after. But then I found some other ones. So I've managed to get a couple. So I'm very excited about that. I don't need them all. It's just the flower fairies are back in and I've got Blake. So I like to make things for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink around the edges of all of this. Again, remembering we're trying to keep these quick, simple, fabulous, cute, but also not very time consuming. I mean, you can make them as elaborate as you want, or whatever you like, actually. It depends on what you're making them for. I'll go around this one as well. So if you've got different levels of friends, like Krista, I would make her a bigger one with probably more signatures and I would take more time. The lady who I see every now and then I say hello to often, who always gives us a Christmas card, I would probably make her something a bit more like this. And I would pop it in our Christmas card just as a little something. Just a little something. Or I would make half a dozen of them and pop them on a table at a craft fair and price them at £2 or £3, depending on what papers and things I'd used, so that there was something for the kids to come and, because kids love to shop, don't they? And they've always got like £1 or £1.50 or £2. So yes, I am going to add some of this on because I love it so much and the colours match in perfect. So this is the new washi tape and these are the new papers, 6x6, and they smell divine. If anybody understands what I mean, you know the smell of that paper. Yes, I did say top tier, but you know what I mean. Everybody's top tier, but it just depends on how often you see those people, what you have to do with them, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm just going to trim that off there. It's slightly different to the washi tapes, as in you have to peel this back, but I feel like this is a little bit stickier. Not to the point where you can't control it, but I just feel like it's a little bit better. Because washi tapes things, I often have to put glue over the top of washi tapes. Now, I could have used even less of that paper or cut up here and round this bit, but I think it looks quite nice. And then you can start adding in, if you wanted to add little bits of lace and things in, which you absolutely could. I don't know if I've got any. I'll have a little bit of lace or something, because this could be an elaborate one. Oh, I do have this though. So I've got a couple of bits of this, which I am going to, because I think it's going to look lovely. I'm just going to tie it round. Where we're at? Hang on. I'm all skew whiffy now. I've started faffing. We're going to be here till midnight. Not really. The whole idea behind this is super cute, super simple, but making it look like it hasn't. It's took a bit longer. You know what I mean? In the nicest possible way. Right. So I'm making this look a lot harder. Basically tying it round. Like that. And like that. And these are just little bits of trims and things and different things I've got left over. And I'll just let that hang there. Oh, see straight away, that's coming to life. I love it. I love making little notebooks and things so much. So much. So now I'm thinking we want this little owl. I'm going to fussy cut them out slightly. And then decide. I want to keep this little branch. Oh. And just go around them. And you can add foam to this so it's a little bit more 3D. Anything at all that you like. And sometimes, I mean, as much as this is a really simple idea, sometimes when we're looking for things to make for Christmas and stuff for people, we don't always think of the super easy things. So I thought maybe it's once a week between now and Christmas, we could look at easy crafts and things. I mean, that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Straight away. Now you can add die cuts and things behind this if you want. I obviously haven't done any because that would mean being organised. Or we can start trimming out little bits of leaf and things. And because these are quite abstract, you can kind of just make it up to tuck in. So like that. That looks like leaves and things like that. I am going to ink around this and pop this onto some foam. And then we can tuck all the little leaves and things in and make it look like we've spent hours doing that, not 20 minutes. He is really beautiful, isn't he, that owl? Loads of people seem to love owls. I was out one day and I seen a white owl. He was looking for food. He kept on swooping down and things. And then I seen a deer, like in the same place. And I stood for ages whistling and videoing this deer. Now, what did I do with the foam? He goes, oh no, I had foam. I had it on a roll. And it was on the desk. And now it is gone. 1 second. You've seen it. Everybody's seen it a couple of lives ago. Just bear with it. I moved it over here. I don't know if this is foam or what. It looks like foam. We'll see if it's double-sided in a second. I think there might be feet. They are the feet, you know, to go on. Tell you what we'll do. We'll use them anyway and we'll just add some glue. The feet for coasters and things. But of course, because I'm me, I leave nothing in a packet that's actually got a description of what it is on. Same as stamps, everything. I've always been the same. I take everything out of a packet. So when somebody says, what's that? I go, I haven't got a clue. Haven't got no idea at all. Oh. Bend them a little bit, give them a little bit of shape. And then if you do it, use double-sided. Much easier. I'll have him there. And he will stick eventually. And then all of these little bits is where we start tart it up a little bit. It's like my favourite thing to say, a little bit. This one. All I'm doing basically is pretending I can see where there's a leaf, and I'm cutting a leaf shape or a something shape. Here's the one. And the more you, when you're cutting them out, you might say it doesn't look like a leaf. It's not going to look like a leaf, but once you tuck it in behind, nobody else will say it's not a leaf, because it will look like one. Just like that. There we go. Now, I do need to find something. There it is. My foam. And I'm going to go around the edge. And this will give it the look of when you're hiding the white layer that between the papers. It also gives it the look of depth, and you can basically pretend you've done a lot more to it. Loads of shading and stuff, when all you've done is hide the white edge. I love owls. They are beautiful. I'll find the video of this white owl. It was massive. I'm quite lucky where I live. There's loads of woods and trees. Literally, if you walk out my house and you walk 2 seconds to the right, there's basically a woods there, and you see all sorts. There's deer, it's lovely. It really is. But like anyway, people live there. That can spoil things. I'm going to tuck any straight edges in and just have these creeping out. You can add more. You can bring in your pet stickers. You can bring in, like I say, die cuts and things. I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible. For the simple reason is, I said it will be fast, cheap and cheerful, and great for fairs and things, or little gifts. But to be honest, cutting a few die cuts out will not wouldn't break the bank, and it looks lush. Let me see. Do you know the little flowers I had in the packets? The die cut flowers. There they are. They will work spectacular with these. So they come in this little plastic pouch, and the vintagey. So a few of those. You get like little leaves and things in as well. Now they are self-adhesive, but you don't have to use them like that because they can be very annoying. If you grab one of your pokey tools, it's much easier to get the back off. You know, like the Stamperia ones, I never thought about them being self-adhesive, mind, because they're very much like this to get the back off. But once you do, it's worth it because it saves you faffing with glue. And it works even easier when you've not got a camera. Same as your glue, my glue ends up sticky once there's no camera there. There we go. So I am covering some of what I've done, but it will look like layers. You can add little gems on this. You can add little charms to this. I don't know if I've got one. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? I love it so much. I do. I love wildlife papers, and see these ones here, you can even cut them in half and make them go further. Because when it's fair season and gift giving, the further we can make something go, the better. There. And even on, if you do this with the strings and things, if you find a little charm, which I'm sure I've got one somewhere, bear with 1 second. If I haven't got a charm, I can make something up to be a charm. If you were a charm in my house, where would you be? Would it be Oh, where would it be? Where would it be? See, I'm going to bet I find a charm. Ooh. Little bottles. There we go. You could pick a charm that matches in a bit better if you wanted to, but these are the shrink plastics. So I guarantee this is going to be hard to get through. All I would do is, to be honest, this might go quite well, you know, once it's on. Just like that, and I would grab the other end of something and just tie it on. Again, doing the knot where you go over and under, so you tie like doubly knots and pop that on. I mean, look at that. That is quite cute as well. It doesn't not match the colours. So what do we think there? We'll go a little notebook, nice and simple. You can decorate the back if you want to, pop something on the back. What I would probably do is, just to make it look finished, is I would grab another flower. If I was going to, like, for gifts or anything like that, if you're making them just to pop in your one handbag, you don't really need to. You can even cover the cover with fabric so it's extra sturdy, and there we go. Now, doesn't that look like it took longer than, how long have I been live? 20 minutes? How long? I don't know. But it's so cute, so easy. Nice Christmas gift. It can be as bright or as, you can make them for everybody. Just as little gifts. I mean, if, say, you're buying somebody like a box of chocolates or something, pop something like this in as well. And nobody needs to know. It's took 20 minutes and a sheet and a half, a bit of paper, some printer paper and a bit of card. Oh, look at that with my fingers. Make sure you've got clean fingers, unlike me. But yeah, I love that so much. So quick, easy. I love these papers so much. I love the washi tape. I love everything. But that is it. Super simple. 20 minutes, say. And you could easily cut all the bits of paper for the insides, for the signatures and the covers, and do them, like, make loads, and then you just decorate in the covers. And I just think it's gorgeous. I'm going to have a look and see if I can find the white owl in the deer video. I will take the me whistling sound off because it sounds horrific. But yeah, there we go. So I will see you back here Thursday night at 7 p.m. I'm going to look for what I was talking about the other day, to make your own stamps, like marks and things like that. I've put them in a safe place, but I will locate them. I promise. I'm going to look for that. If not, we'll find something else to do. Yeah, it would be a lot quicker if you find your stash bits. But of course, I'm me. The room is already back to being absolutely... It looks like it's exploded again. It takes us about a week to destroy everything that I tidy up. I'm so untidy. Hi, Jane. Yes, you can watch back. It doesn't take long. It's super easy, super cute. But I will see you Thursday. So hi, hello, and goodbye. And I will see you Thursday, 7 p.m. If you would like to, go and check out the website because these papers are delicious. And I will see you all Thursday evening. Have a lovely couple of days. Bye for now.